Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Amanda Humaira from Syarif Hidayatullah State University Jakarta, and I learn at English Education Department Class 4A. Today, I am delegated to present a review of the book What Teacher Needs to Know About, written by Peter Westwood, published by Camberwell VIC on 2008. This reference book spans 105 pages and serves as a valuable resource for a teacher, especially a new teacher. This book is actually suitable for new teachers or a student who are studying to become a teacher. As we know, being a good teacher requires experience and broad insight. Maybe this book can help broaden our insight, especially those who are studying to become a teacher like us. This book also provides various teaching methods that are suitable for the student we will teach. As we know, there are quite a few students who experience ineffectiveness in learning. In this case, perhaps the teacher did not adapt the teaching method to the child, and resulting in ineffectiveness learning. Therefore, this book is very helpful for those of us who are going to become teacher and for those who are already be a teacher. This book consists of 7 chapters. The first chapter is Conceptualizing Learning and Teaching. These chapters discuss concept in learning and how teachers choose effective teaching strategies for their classes. In chapter 2, Direct Teaching Methods Suitable for Purposes, this chapter discusses how to effectively apply the direct method where the teacher is the main center in learning. In chapter 3, Student-Centered Methods Suitable for Purpose, this chapter discusses learning that focus on students who are the center and the teacher as a facilitator. In chapter 4, Teaching Methods Suitably for Students, this chapter discusses various teaching methods that adapt to the student. For example, methods that are suitable for teaching young learner or children or even students with disabilities. In chapter 5, Effective Learning, this chapter discusses teaching methods that make learning effective. And chapter 6, Assessment of Learning, this chapter discusses the purpose of assessment and evaluating learning. And the last chapter is discuss the purpose of and the last chapter is the gap between research and practice. This chapter talk about what are the gaps between research and practice. So let's talk about chapter 1. Chapter 1 discuss fundamental aspect of learning and teaching, offering a comprehensive exploration of key concepts and theories important to educators. It may address a variety of pedagogical approaches such as how different teaching strategies can effectively promote student learning. This chapter introduces basic learning theories such as behaviorism and constructivism, providing insight into their implication for classroom practice. Additionally, this may include assessment techniques and the importance of ongoing professional development for teachers to improve the effectiveness of their teaching. Overall, Chapter 1 serves an important foundation, providing educators with essential knowledge to effectively navigate and apply theoretical insight into practical teaching contexts. Okay, next is Chapter 2. This chapter discusses and focuses on direct teaching methods. Exploring their suitability for various educational purposes, this chapter provides an in-depth examination of direct teaching techniques. Emphasizing a structured, teacher-centered approach to delivering content and facilitating learning. This chapter also discusses how direct instruction aligns with specific learning goals and educational objectives. Detailing its effectiveness in imparting basic knowledge and developing important skills among students. Additionally, this chapter offers practical strategies and examples of applying direct instruction in a variety of classroom environments, highlighting its benefits and potential challenges. By emphasizing clarity, teachers, guidance, and active student engagement, this chapter aims to provide educators with valuable insight and tools to improve the delivery of learning through direct teaching methods. So next, chapter 3. This chapter explores student-centered teaching methods and their suitability for various educational goals. This chapter examines the principles and practice of a student-centered approach, emphasizing active participation, collaboration, and personal learning experience. This chapter also discusses how these methods empower students to take control of their learning process, developing critical thinking, problem-solving skills, and deeper engagement with course material. Additionally, this chapter can provide examples and case studies that illustrate the application of student-centered strategies in diverse classroom contexts, highlighting the effectiveness of such strategies in increasing student motivation and achievement. By advocating flexibility, learner autonomy, and individualized support. This chapter aims to equip educators with the knowledge and strategies necessary to effectively integrate student-centered approaches into their teaching practice, ultimately improving student overall educational experience. Okay, next chapter is chapter 4. This chapter explores effective teaching methods specifically designed to meet the needs of diverse student population. This chapter explores a variety of learning strategies and approaches that accommodate different learning styles, ability, and background. It addresses differentiated instruction as a means of providing a personalized learning experience, ensuring that all students can access and engage with the curriculum at their own pace and level of understanding. Additionally, this chapter also highlights inclusive teaching practice that promote equity and support for students with diverse needs, including students with disabilities of English language learner. By emphasizing adaptability, empathy, and proactive learning design, this chapter aims to equip educators with the practical insight and tools necessary to create inclusive and supportive learning environment where every student can thrive academically and socially. Next chapter is chapter 5. This chapter discusses and explores the principles and strategy of effective learning. This chapter examines important components that contribute to successful teaching practice, such as instructional clarity, classroom management techniques, and the development of a positive learning environment. This emphasizes the importance of clear learning objective and an instructional framework to guide students through the learning process effectively. Additionally, this chapter also discusses evidence-based teaching strategies grounded in educational research, highlighting approaches that encourage student engagement, critical thinking, and knowledge retention. In addition, it can also discuss the role of teacher-student relationship in fostering a supportive learning atmosphere and improving overall academic outcomes. By providing practical advice and example, this chapter aims to empower educators with the knowledge and skills necessary to optimize the effectiveness of their teaching and create meaningful learning experiences for their students. Next chapter is chapter 6. This chapter focuses on learning assessment, providing educators with insight into effective evaluation practice and their significance in educational process. This chapter explores various assessment methods and their alignment with learning goal, emphasizing the importance of using assessment to measure student progress, diagnose learning needs, and inform learning decisions. It also discusses formative assessment strategies designed to monitor student understanding throughout instruction, as well as summative assessment used to evaluate overall learning outcomes. In addition, this chapter also discussed the principle of fairness, validity, and reliability in assessment design, which aim to ensure that assessment accurately measures student achievement and growth. By highlighting the role of assessment in driving continuous improvement and engaging teaching practice. This chapter provides educators with practical tools and strategies to effectively access student learning and support their academic development. And the last chapter is chapter 7. This chapter discusses about the critical issue of the gap between research and practice in education. This chapter explores the challenge and opportunities in translating research findings into effective teaching strategies and classroom practice. It can address the reason for the gap, such as communication barriers between researchers and practitioners. The complexity of implementing research-based intervention in the real world and time lags in integrating new research into educational policy and practice. Additionally, this chapter also highlights examples of success in bridging of the gap through collaborative partnership between research educator and policymaker. By emphasizing the importance of evidence-based practice and ongoing knowledge exchange between research and practitioners, this chapter aims to empower educators with the insight and tools necessary to bridge gaps and improve the quality of teaching and learning in school. So we move to the overall review from this book. For me, this book is really helpful and so highly recommend to read. And this book also provides a comprehensive and invaluable research for educators seeking to enhance their teaching practice and improve student outcomes. Throughout the book, The author meticulously addressed key facets of effective teaching, from foundational concept in learning and teaching to practical methodologies tailored to diverse student needs. The book adeptly covers various teaching methods, including direct instruction, student-centered approaches, and differentiated instruction, equipping teachers with strategies to engage that support continuous student growth and achievement. Furthermore, this author adeptly discuss the critical issue of bridging the gap between research and practice in education, advocating for evidence-based teaching methods grounded in educational research by offering practical advice, theoretical insight, and real-world example. This book serves as a vital guide for educators aiming to cultivate dynamic and inclusive learning environment where every student can thrive academically and personally. So I think that's all from me for the review what teachers need to know about, and I really hope that review really helped you guys to prepare some of this before you guys become a teachers. Thank you for the attention. I hope you can be a good teachers and spread kindness in every way. Bye guys.